Let me get the jump on this, please. It can't be done. No, you just need to generate momentum. Okay, it's fine. Just use the maze powers. What the hell? We can make it, lads. Just be calm, cool, and collected. Craziest thing about this is like my best ever performance on this game. Oh! I didn't know you had to grab it. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought you just had to bump into it. I apologize. We actually had a chance. I'll take my loss. We learned a valuable piece of information. I mean, that should just tell you something. That's the first time I've ever made it to that section of the game. I've never before in my life have I made it to where the paths connect. I swear to you. You've never won that game? Never. The only time I've ever played that one was Twitch Rivals and practicing for Twitch Rivals. I see a lot of people in chat saying the description of the game literally told you that you could grab the crown. You're making a real assumption about streamers reading any text that's on the screen. The streamer brain is basically just like a single loop. And the loop is, I guess while there's no button on the screen, talk. If there's a button prompt on the screen, just press it immediately. If they ever put an image of like an Xbox 360 A button on the screen, even if it said, if you press this, your computer will explode, every streamer would press it in 2 seconds. They would go, yeah, so anyway, I'm wondering when I'm going to DoorDash tonight. Like it's a Ron Burgundy sort of bit, but it's the honest to goodness truth. It showed the button. Well, you've never made mistakes before? I just want to see you drive. Film your next drive. Drive for half an hour. Go to a downtown city center. 2 can be critical. You're not the only person who can be critical. I never make mistakes while I drive. Honestly, spoken like a true Dodge Ram driver. You're right, sweetie. I bet you're mommy's special little driver. Mommy's special driver doesn't make mistakes. Did I tell you I was going to the damn moon? Hey, guys. What took you so long? Oh, man. Dodge Rams commit the most DUIs of any truck on the road? Well, that's a situation where I would blame the car owner, not the car, personally. Unless, maybe I'm mistaken, and in order to use the keyless entry on your Dodge Ram, you have to fail a breathalyzer test. You do? You do? Honestly, that's kind of, I mean, it's a bold marketing decision for sure. Note this in the rider for the next sponsored deal. If you could tone down the talking about drunk driving. I want to be clear. Drunk driving, if anything, I have rigorous standards for driving that chat gets mad about. You are like a total a-hole if you drunk drive at all. We've talked about it so many times before. People will say things like, oh, I didn't mean to drunk drive. Really? Because you drove your car to a bar. So, like, what did you think was going to happen after that? I also say, if you ever look at your cell phone, even while stopped at a red light, your car should explode. But, like, not lethally. Just, like, you know, should just, like, scare you. You should just go like, ah! Okay, I won't do that again. What if you're a delivery driver? I don't know, dude. Why are you always trying to come up with these edge cases? What? That only represents like 40% of society, okay? I'm trying to deal with the general population here. Are your strict driving standards based on your own incompetence? Wow, we got a badass in chat. We got somebody who's really good at texting and driving in chat. Obviously, the law shouldn't apply to you, mommy's special little boy. I was talking about normal people who aren't good at texting and driving because they have average human brains. Your superior human brain, I'm sure you don't get distracted and you only look at it for like a second. And also you believe that nothing bad on earth could ever happen to you because you're just built different. So congratulations. Everybody knows like car accidents only happen to people who expect them to happen to them. As long as you have complete confidence that you'd never be in a car accident, it would never happen. Like, sure, could anybody just run into you at any given time? Yeah, but no, I don't think so. I think I would just dodge it instead. I am very smart, by the way. Just don't look at your phone while you're driving. Honestly, you're going to turn me into like a super boomer because people are like, what if I'm using the GPS? I don't know, just freaking learn how to just put the address in when you leave your driveway and then don't touch it till you get there. I don't understand. You're halfway to the Church's Chicken and then you decide you want Popeyes instead? Just pull over. But we're playing Fall Guys. We're not trying to fix society's issues, you know, one issue at a time here. We're just playing Fall Guys. We're just having a good time. I don't even think I would have been that good at it, but I would have pogged up, I'll tell you that. Holy cow, he's cracked. You ready? We're speeding. It's Trackmania. Can you not slow down in front of me? That's very dangerous. Excuse me. Oh, you know what? Okay, you go ahead. He's unbelievable with it, man. He's goated with it. If I didn't get stuck behind freaking Carlos Sainz, we would have been on the podium. Guy in front of me was like, sorry, I just got to send a text real quick. Sorry, it's a really important text. NMU. Skirt. Drives me crazy. You get people that like, they're looking at their phone and then they're at a red light, then the light turns green. So you give them a courtesy honk to be like the light is green, and then they burn rubber because they're embarrassed that that they weren't paying attention. It's just like it's a comedy of errors. Cars need a courtesy horn. I've long been a believer in this particular idea. I too believe that cars could use a courtesy horn. One horn that's like, I'm mad at you, and then one horn that's like, hey, just so you know, be aware of this. He's unbelievable. I mean, that was clean. Look at this. That's where you flash your high beams? I guess. But then, like, I don't know. It's okay. Flashing your high beams, it's fine. I'm a wave guy, personally. I also feel like if somebody wasn't paying attention, flashing the high beams would not really make them pay attention. I would say on the average drive, I wave 2 times. That's it. Well, usually, like, somebody lets me in when I need to merge, and then I give them a wave. I do have to, I'm not saying I'm a great driver, but I am a very courteous driver. If someone's trying to, like, get out of their driveway, I will oftentimes slow down to let them know that it's safe and let them get out. Because, dude, honestly, my time's not that important. I'm like, I can delay myself for 20 seconds so that, you know, you can feel better and safer. How many brain cells do streamers have on average? I don't know, probably like tens of billions would be my guess. I'm not a neurologist. I don't know the exact number. That's not in my purview, but it's like, I got to imagine it's like a lot. I'm not saying they're working as hard as they could be, but I'm just saying, you know, that I think that the capacity exists. What the heck is a Hex-a-Ring? I feel like my guy is standing on nothing. Am I destined to die immediately? Can I even make it to the ring? Oh, we're standing on top. Depth perception. Least sane streamer depth perception? Bro, chill. Chill. It's just Hex. You just fell straight through the damn floor. My problem? I don't know what color the bottom layer is. That was not smart. I should have stayed in the center of the cylinder, okay? I cringed so hard at the people mouthing about your F cars clip. Honest, I saw this thread last night, but I wasn't that mad. Like, the angriest comment I saw was somebody who said NL's takes on urban planning are actually kind of cringe. And I was like, you know what? You might be right for all I know. Unlike the average person on Reddit, I don't pretend to be an expert on urban planning just because I'm subscribed to like 2 subreddits. I'm just being honest. I'm just like a guy. I didn't go to school for urban planning. You got to talk to Malf about that one. Also, my takes on urban planning I actually think are good. I live in a city where I'm thankful they're actually reducing, well, like they're basically making it shitty to drive a car, which I think is good because I mean, when you're driving, you're like, this sucks. But when you're out as a citizen walking through neighborhoods, you're like, this is awesome because I'm not about to get killed by a GMC Suburban every 15 minutes because they're texting and driving. I also support higher density along our public transit lines. So I actually think my urban planning takes are kind of based by the average chatter's standpoint. I feel like I got slandered a little bit into looking like I'm like, you know, the CEO of the Ford Motor Company or something like that, just because I drive a car to pick my daughter up from daycare. Does Vancouver have good public transit? I would say it has great public transit. SkyTrain's kind of sick. The only problem with the SkyTrain is it doesn't cover the east-west Broadway corridor, but it is they're in the middle of digging that tunnel right now. Bus system is good and reliable, but of course the problem with buses is that they also drive on the road with other cars, so you can't escape from the traffic. But by North American standards, yeah, I think Vancouver's got really good public transit. How does it compare to Korea? Worse, for sure. I mean, I didn't live in Seoul, but I lived in Daegu. It's kind of a fair comparison because Vancouver is like Canada's third largest city and Daegu is Korea's third largest city. Vancouver has 3 SkyTrain lines. Daegu had 2 subway lines. It's pretty similar. I don't know, maybe it was about the same. When's the last time you used it? I use Vancouver public transit all the time. Anytime I go downtown, I would much rather take the SkyTrain than drive. Again, I'm telling you, people think I have bad urban planning takes, and I can't say that I don't because I don't know what constitutes a good one. But I very much support that my city has made driving ass in order to get people to drive less. But better urban planning can help. I'm not... Why are you coming after me? We had a referendum in like 2015 where our public transit organization was like, hey, would you support like a 0.1% increase in your property tax to put SkyTrain lines on every single block? And I was like, yeah, that sounds fine. It failed. It was like 20% yes, 80% no. I'm on your side. Just because I'm not an r/f cars mod, okay? I'm telling you, I'm on your side. Don't direct your anger at me. Direct it at, the CEO of General Motors in 1920. Here's my take on urban planning. There should be like air traffic control for cars during rush hour. So you should be able to like radio the tower and be like, I'm trying to merge so I can take the left turn onto the Canby Street Bridge, over, looking for clearance. And then the tower could then radio like the car that's preventing you from merging and be like, GMC Suburban, we're gonna need you to reduce speed by 10 kilometers an hour so that this car can merge in, over. And then if you ever disobey a direct order from the tower, you lose your driver's license. Terrible idea. Could be funny though. You think it's hard to be an air traffic controller? I imagine it'd be even harder, downtown city center at rush hour. You'd be getting calls like every 2 seconds. And the cars are like, millimeters away from each other. Plus, it would make it so shitty to drive that cities would have no choice but to make better pedestrian and cycling infrastructure. What kind of car do you drive? I'm not going to answer that because I think that you're going to try to find a stereotype to use against me. So let's just pretend it's a lifted Dodge Ram, okay? Let's pretend. I'm not going to say its name, but maybe you can guess it from a context clue. The commercials are voiced by Dennis Leary. It has best-in-class towing capacity, and it won Motor Trend's Truck of the Year in 1997. Kia Soul. Confirmed Kia Soul. You look like a Prius guy. Thank you. I take that as a compliment. I do. Well, here's the thing, is when you ask me what car do I drive, do I own a Bugatti Veyron? Yes. Do I drive it? Not that much, because driving it for 45 minutes requires you to buy new tires, which are $45,000 a set. But that's just, I would say like that's for summer driving, is the Veyron. Plus, it's really hard to get the baby in the car seat because it's a 2-door. Also, the damn gas prices. I also have a Pagani Zonda for more everyday driving. And I recently I picked up a second Ferrari Enzo, but that's more of just an investment. I don't really drive that too much. It's just part of my Ferrari Enzo collection.